actually considering the systems which are basically having lump parameters. Anybody tell me what's the lump parameter model? Yes. If you know, then you can tell me. Otherwise, I'll explain. Anybody? Anybody?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So, you know, you have considered circuits, you have studied circuits. Let's say this is the circuit. So this resistance, inductance, capacitance, these are discrete elements. And they can be thought of as lump parameters. That means the parameter is actually not distributed over space. For example, you consider the gravitational force between two bodies. This is Earth, and let's say this is Moon. What is the gravitation? Let's say this mass is m1, and this mass is m2, and the distance between them is, let's say, x. What is the gravitational force between governing? What is the gravitational force between
G m1 m2
Yes?
G m1 m2 upon r square.
Very nice. G_m1 m2 upon x square. Okay. Now here we are considering Earth to be a point mass, and Moon also to be a point mass. But is actually Earth a point mass?
No, sir.
Earth actually has got mass distributed over space. So that means if we actually try to see the pattern of variation of this mass over the space, so we will not get an equation as simple as this. There will be some del parameters also coming, del upon del x, del upon del y, del upon del z, and so on. So ऐसे models जिसमें हम like in this case we are considering these two bodies to be point masses. These are known as lump parameter models. Similarly, you must have last year or this time you'll be taught these transformers. Machines आपने start किया क्या?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You started with the machines. What has the teacher started with? He started with machines or transformers or DC machines?
So that was last semester. Last semester.
Yes. Okay, last
Last
time
semester.
you must have been taught transformers.
Yes, sir.
Transformer का सर्किट आपने देखा कैसा होता है? This is actually the equivalent circuit of a transformer. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
और ये लोड है यहाँ से. So transformer में this actually is your input V1. This is your output V2. ये आप मानते हो, इसको आप R1 कहते हो. This is JX1. This is your RC. This is your XC. And this is your core. That this actually represents the relationship between the two sides. And then you have got R2 and GX2. Now mind it, you have got a transformer in which the windings are wound over the core or the legs of the core. But we represent the winding resistance through R1. Whereas actually it's not a discrete resistance. It's not some discrete element. It is actually distributed over the space. Isn't it? In case of transformer. Transformer देखा है ना आपने? Have you seen a transformer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ट्रांसफार्मर का एक्चुअल कंस्ट्रक्शन कैसा होता है? उसमें जो वाइंडिंग होती है, उसमें जो कोर होता है, कोर के लेग्स होते हैं, उसमें ऐसे this you have got the winding distributed over the core. इसमें जो legs होती हैं इसकी, उसमें winding distributed होती है. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
When we take the equivalent circuit, we actually take the lump parameter approximation. We actually assume this resistance not to be distributed over space, or the inductance of the winding, we don't assume it to be distributed over space. Instead, we take it as a lump parameter. Why do we take it as a lump parameter?
Because it behaves like, the losses behaves like.
जिसके रूल्स अप्लाई करें।
Yes, yes, I'm not able to hear you clearly.
Simplification, sir, for simplification.
मैथमेटिकल सिंप्लीफिकेशन है ना, क्योंकि अदरवाइज क्या होगा, जो मुझे इक्वेशंस मिलेंगी ना, द इक्वेशंस विल एक्चुअली बी पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशंस. If I don't take the lump parameter model, the type of equations I will get, those will be partial differential equations. And solving the partial differential equations is not an easy task. And that's why we take lump parameter approximation in most of the systems. And that's why you get the type of equations that you get for systems are ODEs, ordinary differential equations. तो जो मैं characteristics आपको गिना रहा था systems की जो हम study कर रहे हैं, those are dynamical systems. Okay, that's why you get differential equations. Plus, they are continuous time systems also. That's why you get time as the independent variable. Continuous time as the independent variable. Plus, you have got a lump parameter model. That gives you ordinary differential equations. Plus, you assume your system to be linear. You are taking a linear model. और जो एक characteristic लेते हो system है, that is, it is time invariant. What do you mean by a time invariant system?
Which has no scaling in time.
It does not.
Doesn't depend upon the time.
In which the system parameters don't vary with time. जैसे आप इक्वेशन लेते हो किसी सिस्टम की Ri plus Ldi by dt plus 1 upon C integral of I dt equal to V. RLC सर्किट की इक्वेशन. इसमें R, L और C जो है, you assume them to be independent. You assume they don't vary with time. That system is known as a time invariant system. This is also actually an approximation. If you actually see, this R is going to vary with time. As the system operates, current flows to the resistance, heat is produced, temperature rises. तो current जब flow करेगी resistance के through, temperature current जब बढ़ेगी तो इसमें से heat produce हो जाएगा. Heat produce होने से temperature बढ़ेगा. Temperature बढ़ने से resistance बढ़ेगी, है ना? So that means actually this resistance is a function of time. Whereas for analysis purposes, we are assuming this R, L, and C to be independent of time. Because if we take these things into account, what we are going to get very complicated equations which will become mathematically infeasible to solve, and they will be very difficult to solve. But with this approximation, will actually having some error in our analysis. But that error, if we see in these case of systems, that error will not be that much. That error will be within some tolerances, and that's why we can assume actually our systems to be time invariant. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the class of systems, as I told you, we have got, I'll again write it, linear ordinary differential equations with constant. Yes.
So to sum up the lump parameter model, we can just say that the characteristics which are distributed over some space, it has been assumed to be considered as one point.
We assume them to be not having any what you call
any distribution.
Space. Yes.
Okay, fine.
Okay, that's actually the implication of taking a lump parameter model.
Lump parameter. Okay, sir.
Okay. मैं एक्चुअली आपको ये बताने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि ये जो हम सिस्टम को बोलते हैं कि they are governed by linear ordinary differential equations with constant coefficients, each term in it has got a specific significance. We have got ordinary differential differential equations, that means we are taking continuous time systems. We have got ordinary differential equations, that means we are taking lump parameter models. We have got the equation to be linear, that means we are taking the linear approximation. We have got constant coefficients, that means actually we are taking time invariant systems. That's what I want to convey. Is that okay? तो मान लीजिए इक्वेशन कुछ आपका ऐसी होगी, m d square x by dt square plus b dx upon dt plus kx equal to f. This type of equation, it's a linear ordinary differential equation, constant coefficients. This type of equation you will get in mechanical systems. It's the equation of a spring mass damper system. जैसे गाड़ियों का जो सस्पेंशन सिस्टम होता है, इसमें जो x है, दैट्स द आउटपुट वेरिएबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट, f जो है, दैट्स द फोर्स, दैट्स द इनपुट वेरिएबल, एंड m actually is mass, b is coefficient of, this is just an example I am giving you, coefficient of viscous friction, and k is the spring constant. This is a linear ordinary differential equation with constant coefficients. इसमें देखो आप जो आपके पास differential operators इस equation में, they are all linear operators. You have got two differential operators here. One is dx upon dt, another is d square x upon dt square. Both are linear operators. M, B, and K, they are the system parameters. They are all constant with respect to time. Time is the independent variable. It's an ordinary differential equation. And the system parameters are assumed to be lumped. That's why you have got mass. It's not a, it is actually assumed to be a parameter which is actually lumped. That's why you can take it as M. Otherwise, had it been taken to be a distributed parameter, you would have something like this: del M upon del X, del M upon del Y. That means the variation of this parameter with respect to space. Do you get me? This is one example of a linear ordinary differential equation with constant coefficients. Similarly, I can give you some more examples with which you can easily correlate. जैसे आपका जो RLC सर्किट जो मैंने अभी इक्वेशन लिखी, so you have got something like this: RIT plus L DIT upon DT plus 1 upon C integral of IT dt is equal to V. ठीक है? इसमें जो ये तीन है R, L and C, these are the system parameters. They are constant with respect to time. This is the output variable, that's the current. It's actually this system जो मैंने अभी सर्किट बनाया था. This is VT. This is current IT. This is R, L and C. System parameters इसमें R, L और C हैं. They are assumed to be constant with time. V is the input. This is the input variable. Current. This is the output variable. Depends हम output variable कौन सा choose कर रहे हैं. और ये वाली equation भी जो है, this is also a linear ordinary differential equation with constant coefficients. Okay. So these type of equations we are actually going to discuss in this, and that's what we have actually discussed in the last semester also. So we have got, let's say, now last year when you modeled these systems, how do we model actually LTI systems? Modeling LTI systems. There are two broader ways of modeling LTI systems. One is what you call transfer function modeling. And second is what is known as state space modeling. Basically, जो आपकी equations हैं, like if I write it again, m d square x upon dt square plus b dx upon dt plus kx equal to f. This equation you have got for a system by applying, you have basically mathematically modeled a system. What do you mean by mathematical modeling? Yes, anybody?
Expressing the system in
Representation
terms
of physical
equations.
objects,
Expressing a physical system in the form of equations.
mathematically.
Mathematical equations. Yes, that's known as mathematical modeling. You have been doing mathematical modeling right from your school days, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
जैसे जब आप इक्वेशंस आपको सिखाया गया सॉल्व करना, नॉर्मल इक्वेशंस, लीनियर इक्वेशंस इन टू वेरिएबल्स और इन सिंगल वेरिएबल, तो उसमें एंड में फिर कुछ क्वेश्चंस हुआ करते थे, लाइक द कॉस्ट ऑफ 2 apples and 3 mangoes is this much. Cost of 4 apples and 5 mangoes is this much. Find the cost of 1 apple and 1 mango. How do you solve it?
By making equations of x and y.
You
linear
mathematically model it, isn't it? And
Yes.
then you write down the equations, then you solve them. तो अगर मैं स्टेप 6 गिनाऊं आपको, अगर आपको किसी सिस्टम को एनालाइज करना है, कोई भी सिस्टम अगर आपको एनालाइज करना है, एनालिसिस अगर आपको किसी सिस्टम का करना है, इंजीनियरिंग अप्रोच क्या है एनालिसिस का? पहले हम सिस्टम का फिजिकल मॉडल बनाते हैं, by using various symbols and other things. Then he actually obtains the mathematical model. Mathematical model obtain करने में आपको जो सिस्टम की फिजिकल लॉज जो सिस्टम को गवर्न करते हैं, you must be knowing the mathematical, you must be knowing the physical laws governing a particular system. For example, you are actually modeling a circuit. So what should you know in order to model a circuit?
The laws of current, electric
You
circuit.
should know KVL, KCL, and you should know the circuit.
Yes,
एलिमेंट जो प्रॉपर्टीज हैं वो भी आपको पता होनी चाहिए कि रेजिस्टेंस का बिहेवियर कैसा है, इंडक्टेंस का बिहेवियर कैसा है, कैपेसिटेंस कैसे बिहेव करता है, तभी आप उस सिस्टम का मैथमेटिकल मॉडल बना सकते हो. तो जब आपने मैथमेटिकल, आप बेसिकली एक फिजिकल चीज को मैथमेटिकली रिप्रेजेंट करने की कोशिश करते हो. सो देयर मे बी सम एब्स्ट्रैक्शन इन दिस बिकॉज बेसिकली यू आर ट्राइंग टू रिप्रेजेंट अ फिजिकल थिंग थ्रू मैथमेटिक्स. So maybe you may have to take some approximations. So whenever you take some approximations while deriving the mathematical models of physical systems, you have to be aware of the approximations and you also have to justify the approximations. It should not be a what you call the approximation has to be justified so that you know once you analyze the system based upon these mathematical models, what are going to be the errors that are going to be an analysis because of those approximations that you take. Do you get me? तो जब आपने मैथमेटिकल मॉडल सिस्टम को ऑब्टेन किया, उसके बाद क्या करते हो मैथमेटिकल मॉडल का? What do you do with that model?
we solve them.
Solve it.
Isn't it? So उसके बाद आ जाता है, so that means basically you have to solve the equations, isn't it? तो इक्वेशन
Yes,
सॉल्व
sir.
करने के बाद मींस आपने जो मैथमेटिकल मॉडल के वेरिएबल्स हैं उनको सॉल्व किया. Then after that one important step is जो आपको मैथमेटिकली जो आपको रिजल्ट्स मिले, you must interpret them physically. So that means you have to do some physical interpretation. When you follow all these steps, then only you are doing some engineering analysis. Otherwise, what usually happens is, while actually solving the equations, we actually get disconnected with the physical system. Are you getting me? So यहाँ पे इसको as a what you call composite problem understand करना जरूरी है. Basically, you are trying to analyze a physical model, and mathematics is used as a tool in actually analyzing it, because engineers, are basically use mathematical approach in order to analyze systems. So you have to be very good in mathematics. That's okay. But once you solve the equations, this step is very, very important. That means you must be able to physically interpret whatever mathematical results you get. So this actually is the approach that's followed by engineers in analyzing systems. So इसी की analogy में अगर मैं यहाँ पे देखूं, when you are modeling LTI systems, you actually have equations of this type, isn't it? अब आपको इस differential equation को solve करना है. तो ordinary differential equation को solve करने के आपको कुछ तरीके सिखाए गए हैं in your mathematics courses. What are the various ways in which you can solve an ordinary differential equation? Yes.
सर इसमें हम लोग कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन निकालेंगे, उस हिसाब से सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, और पार्टिकुलर इंटीग्रल अगर मतलब
That's one approach है ना, जिसमें आप कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री को ये निकालते हो और पर्टिकुलर इंटीग्रल इवैल्यूएट करते हो.
यस सर.
मींस वो वाला एक्चुअली जो अप्रोच है, दैट्स एक्चुअली यू आर सॉल्विंग द इक्वेशन इन टाइम डोमेन ओनली.
यस सर, लैप्लेस अगर फ्रीक्वेंसी डोमेन में करना है तो लैप्लेस.
दैट मींस दो ब्रॉड तरीके हैं, एक तो टाइम डोमेन अप्रोच है, दूसरा फ्रीक्वेंसी डोमेन अप्रोच है. अगर आप फ्रीक्वेंसी डोमेन अप्रोच यूज करते हो तो मींस यू आर एक्चुअली डूइंग ट्रांसफर फंक्शन मॉडलिंग. आर यू गेटिंग मी?
Yes, sir.
And if you are doing time domain approach, you are actually using state space modeling. So state space modeling basically is the time domain approach for solving ordinary differential equations. And transfer function modeling में basically आप Laplace domain use करते हो differential equations को solve करने के लिए और differential equations को characterize करने के लिए. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Like last year, you must have been told how to get the if you have been given an ordinary differential equation like this, How do you get its Laplace transform?
Sir, we take initial conditions to be 0 or
Zero, we assume the system initially to be relaxed, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes,
What's
sir.
the relaxed system?
Stable, just in stationary.
Means it has no initial
Capacitor is not
parameter,
charged.
like, capacitor is not charged and
A relaxed
inductor is
system
also
means
not charged.
initial condition 0.
Yes, sir.
Okay. तो अगर मैं इस वाले सिस्टम की जो डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन मैंने यहाँ पे लिखी, अगर मैं इसका ट्रांसफर फंक्शन मॉडल ऑब्टेन करूं तो मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? आई हैव टू टेक लैप्लेस ट्रांसफॉर्म बोथ साइड्स, इजंट इट? एंड assuming the initial conditions to 0, what do I get? F m s square xs plus b s xs plus k xs is equal to fs, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So, or I can write it in a compact format, xs upon fs is equal to 1 upon ms square plus bs plus k. This is the transfer function of this system. Isn't it?
Yes.
Equivalently, if I अभी मैंने इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं किया आपको स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल, मैं आपको स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल के साथ थोड़ा सा फेमिलियराइज करना चाहता हूं. ट्रांसफर फंक्शन दिखती ऐसी है. It's actually a rational function. It's the ratio of two polynomials in S, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Wherein by actually understanding the what we call, by making some mathematical interpretations from this, you can get useful information about the system performance and system characteristics. So before actually talking about state space modeling, let me tell you what does a state space model look like. So state space model looks like this. I'll show you. So I've got an equation like this: m b square x by dt square plus b dx upon dt plus kx equal to f. I'll do some mathematical jugglery and I will try to represent the system in a different format like this. I put x equal to x1. Do you have any objection with this? If I put x equal to x1?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Then again I do something like this. I put dx upon dt, which actually becomes not mine, because I have put x equal to x1, it becomes dx1 upon dt. I put this equal to x2. Am I violating some mathematical principle if I do this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So what do I do now? So I have got to, I have done something here, like I have put x equal to x1 and dx upon dt, which actually is dx1 upon dt that I have put equal to x2. I write it in compact form like this. I write like that. dx1 upon dt, I write like this. I represent it like this: x1 dot equal to x2. Where x1 dot actually represents dx1 upon dt. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So whatever this change of variables I have assumed here, I substitute it in this equation 1. I call this as equation 1, this as equation 2. So substitute in equation 1. Now what do I have in equation 1? I have m d square x upon dt square. So that's m. This is actually d by dt of dx1 upon dt. X upon dt, isn't it? Plus,
Sir, x is equal to x1, so we can write dx1.
जस्ट थोड़ा सा डिटेल में इसलिए बता रहा हूँ क्योंकि पहला न्यूमेरिकल है तो थोड़ा सा आपका आइडिया सा लगे. So this is m d by dt of dx upon dt plus b dx upon dt plus kx equal to f, isn't it? So this is m
Yes, sir.
d by dt of dx upon dt. What is dx upon dt is equal to x2. So dx upon dt actually is, so this is d by dt of, what is dx upon dt? It is x2, isn't it? Plus b, what is dx upon dt? It is x2 plus k, x is x1 equal to f, isn't it? or I can
Yes,
write
sir.
m d by dt of x2, I can write it as x2 dot. लिख सकते हैं?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Plus bx2 plus kx1 equal to n, isn't it? Or I can write it as mx2 dot is equal to minus kx1 minus bx2 plus n. Or I can write x2 dot equal to minus k upon mx1 minus b upon mx2 plus 1 upon m. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
This becomes your equation 3. So now I have equation 2 जो मैंने अभी लिखा था यहाँ पे. That's actually x1 dot equal to x2, isn't it? और ये वाला equation जो अभी हमने लिखा, this I call as equation 3. So writing this equation 2 and 3, in matrix format, I have something like this. x1 dot x2 dot is equal to, here I have x1, x2. What's my equation number 2? My equation number 2 is x1 dot equal to x2. So I can write it like this.
Yes, sir.
And what is my equation number 3? x2 dot is equal to what? Minus k upon mx1, that I can write here. Then minus b upon mx2, that I can write here. And then I have one more term, that's 1 upon mf. F is actually the input, isn't it? पहली वाली इक्वेशन में इनपुट वाली टर्म नहीं है. So it's 0 here. Here it is 1 upon m. And here it is f. Do you understand this? Yes. Any problem with this?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
x1 dot is equal to x2. x2 dot is equal to minus k upon m x1 minus b upon m x2 plus 1 upon m f. This is how a state space model looks like. What was my original equation? My original equation was m d square x upon dt square plus b dx upon dt plus kx equal to f. What is the order of this equation? जो मेरा original ODE था, इसका order क्या है?
Second order.
It's the second order equation. And what do I get here? I get two first order equations. Like what's this equation? x1 dot equal to x2. What is the order of this equation?
First
One.
one.
It's 1. And what is the order of this equation? x2 dot में भी एक ही dot है ना? So
सर x2 के रिस्पेक्ट में
yes,
x2 के रिस्पेक्ट में ऑर्डर 1 होगा, लेकिन अगर x के रिस्पेक्ट में देख तो फिर तो 2 हो जाएगा ना
किसमें 2 हो जाएगा?
ऑर्डर. सर x2 के रिस्पेक्ट में तो इसका ऑर्डर 1 होगा थर्ड इक्वेशन का.
x2 के respect में ही बता रहा हूँ. I am talking because this is the equation that we have. For example, if I give this equation independently to you, x2 dot equal to minus k upon m x1 minus b upon m x2 plus 1 upon mf, and I tell you what is the order of this equation. So what will you say?
1.
It's 1. So what I have done in this, ये जो मैंने mathematics यहाँ पे की, a second order differential equation has been decoupled into two first order differential equations. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Basically what I have done is a second order differential equation has been decoupled into, और ये आपका look रहता है state space model का. This is what the state space model looks like. State space model ऐसा दिखता है. So it is basically, this is जैसे अभी मैंने आपको ट्रांसफर फंक्शन का लुक दिखाया जिसके साथ आप ऑलरेडी फेमिलियर थे. स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल दिखता कुछ ऐसा है. And in this case, this x1 dot is actually dx upon dt. x2 dot, it is dx2 upon dt. So you are basically in the time domain. So state space model is evolved, it's developed in the time domain only. So you don't have the frequency variables, you don't have the s variable here. Got it? अभी मैंने स्टेट्स के बारे में कुछ नहीं बताया आपको. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय द स्टेट ऑफ अ सिस्टम? यू विल लेटर ऑन सी that these are actually the states. This x1 and x2 are actually the states of the system. We'll get to it, but what I'm trying to do is just familiarize you with what a state space model looks like. So this is what a state space model looks like. In general, we write our state space model as state space model को कुछ हम ऐसे लिखते हैं x dot equal to ax plus bu. You will see later on that this is how we write in general a state space model like, where this vector is the x vector. This is your matrix A. No, this vector is actually x dot. This is x. This is B. और इनपुट को रिप्रेजेंट किया जाता है U से. तो ये एक्चुअली रिप्रेजेंटेशन होती है स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल की. तो जो मैंने आपको लास्ट टाइम कहा था कि इसमें जो मैथमेटिकल बैकग्राउंड आपको चाहिए स्टेट स्पेस मॉडलिंग को अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए, इसको एनालाइज करने के लिए, दैट मैथमेटिकल बैकग्राउंड बेसिकली कम्स फ्रॉम द मैट्रिक्स थ्योरी और what you call in general as linear algebra. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. तो अभी जो हमने देखा, अब हम मॉडलिंग की बात कर रहे थे. बेसिकली आप एलटीआई सिस्टम्स को मॉडल कर रहे हो. एलटीआई सिस्टम्स अब हमको पता है कैसे होते हैं, उनकी इक्वेशन कैसी होती है. तो हमने देखा कि इसको मॉडल करने के दो तरीके हैं. वन इज ट्रांसफर फंक्शन मॉडलिंग, and second is what we are going to study in this course, that is the state space modeling. और मैंने जो बेसिक पॉइंट इन दोनों के बीच में आपको बताया वो ये कि ये वाला जो मॉडल है फ्रीक्वेंसी डोमेन मॉडलिंग इज बेसिकली है ट्रांसफर फंक्शन मॉडल. इट इज बेसिकली a frequency domain model, frequency domain modeling approach. और आपका जो स्टेट स्पेस मॉडलिंग है, इट इज टाइम डोमेन मॉडलिंग अप्रोच. मींस आप टाइम डोमेन में ही इक्वेशंस को रखते हो, लेकिन उनको थोड़ा सा रीओरिएंट करते हो इक्वेशंस टू गेट देम इन अ फॉर्म which become mathematically easy to analyze. So it's a time domain modeling approach. और जो एक और पॉइंट मैंने आपको लास्ट टाइम कहा था वो ये कि ट्रांसफर फंक्शन मॉडलिंग की बेसिस पर जो एनालिसिस करते हैं और जो कंट्रोल थ्योरी डेवलप हुई है उसको क्लासिकल कंट्रोल कहते हैं. और जो टाइम डोमेन मॉडलिंग अप्रोच की बेसिस पर जो कंट्रोल थ्योरी डेवलप हुई है उसको
मॉडर्न कंट्रोल
कहते हैं. और मैंने साथ ही ये भी कहा था कि डोंट गेट मिसगाइडेड बाय द टर्म्स. मॉडर्न कंट्रोल डजंट मीन दैट classical control is something that's obsolete. It's not like that. Classical control is still used. It was developed earlier, and जो इसमें mathematical tools use होते हैं वो classical mathematics से आते हैं. That's we call it classical control. और मॉडर्न कंट्रोल में क्योंकि मैट्रिक्स थ्योरी आती है और मैट्रिसेस को आप कंप्यूटर्स के थ्रू इजीली एनालाइज करते हो, दैट्स व्हाई समटाइम्स पीपल कॉल इट मॉडर्न कंट्रोल. बट डोंट, अगेन रिपीट, डोंट गेट मिसगाइडेड बाय द टर्मिनोलॉजी. क्लासिकल कंट्रोल इज एज इंपॉर्टेंट एज मॉडर्न कंट्रोल. सो कुछ और पॉइंट्स में गिनाता जाऊंगा आपको एज आई मूव ऑन, एज आई ट्राई टू गेट डीपर इनटू दिस स्टेट स्पेस मॉडलिंग पैराडाइम. इज दैट क्लियर? So now next we'll talk about, अभी तो मैंने आपको दिखाया मैथमेटिकली इक्वेशन लेके हमने उसका स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल कैसे डेवलप किया. अब मान लीजिए आपके पास एक फिजिकल सिस्टम है लाइक दिस, एक सर्किट है. आई गेस ऑल ऑफ यू आर मोर कंफर्टेबल विद सर्किट्स एज अ फिजिकल सिस्टम. So you have got some input VIT. This is R. This is L, this is C, and the voltage across the capacitor, which is the output. This is actually output, V naught C, V naught E. Voltage across the capacitor, it's the output. And this is the current IT. How do you obtain its transfer function model? Yes?
सर इस केस में C को 1/CS लिख देंगे और L को LS लिख देंगे और V को भी.
You must actually develop the transfer function with respect to input output PS. तो ट्रांसफर फंक्शन पता होना चाहिए आपको, इनपुट क्या है आउटपुट पेयर क्या है, उसके बीच में आप ट्रांसफर फंक्शन डेवलप कर सकते हो. तो इस केस में अगर मैं ट्रांसफर फंक्शन इसकी डेवलप करूं, व्हाट विल आई गेट द इक्वेशन एज? आई गेट फर्स्ट इक्वेशन एज VIS is equal to R plus LS plus 1/CS, isn't it? or I can write VIS is equal to LCS square plus RCS plus
सर
1.
फर्स्ट इक्वेशन में IS से मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा राइट हैंड साइड को.
हाँ, ओके, यहाँ पे IS भी आना चाहिए. वेरी गुड. There it should be IS, है ना? ये आपका इक्वेशन 1 बना. और आउटपुट इक्वेशन जो मैंने लिखनी है, आउटपुट इक्वेशन क्या आएगी? V नॉट S इक्वल टू 1 upon CS into IS. When I take this L as LS and C as 1 upon CS, I am inherently assuming that the initial conditions are 0. Isn't it?
Yes sir, yes.
So इसमें inherently assumption आ गई. Then I obtain the ratio between the two, that is V naught S upon VIS. What will I get that as? I'll get that as 1 upon LCS square plus RCS plus 1. है ना? और इसको आप मैथमेटिकली थोड़ा सा अच्छे फॉर्म में रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए यू समटाइम्स राइट इट लाइक दिस 1 upon LC upon S square plus R upon LS plus 1 upon X. Isn't it? This is the transfer function of the system, which we write as GS. And that's actually this 1 upon LC upon S square plus R upon LS plus 1 upon LC. आपने देखा होगा कि सेकेंड ऑर्डर सिस्टम ये एक प्रोटोटाइप सेकेंड ऑर्डर सिस्टम की ट्रांसफर फंक्शन बन जाती है. और इसको देख के आप without actually solving this transfer function, you can get some important what you call, by just looking at the transfer function, you can get some important idea into the characteristics of the system depending upon what is your this term, what is your this term. You can tell me what will be the response of the system when subjected to different test inputs. You already done that, isn't it?
Yes.
ये इसकी ट्रांसफर फंक्शन का लुक ऐसा आता है. अगर मैं इसका स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल बनाऊं, अभी मैंने स्टेट्स के बारे में कुछ नहीं बताया आपको. I'm just trying to familiarize you with what actually are state space models. So you have a system like this. So you have got VIT. This is your R, this is your L, this is C. Exactly same system है. ये V naught T है. That is the voltage across the capacitor. That's the output. Isn't it? Now I'm being asked कि इसका state space model बनाओ. तो कोई भी physical system का state space model बनाने से पहले you have to identify the energy storage elements in the system. So what are the energy storage elements in this?
Inductor and capacitor.
Energy storage elements are L and C, isn't it? And what are the dynamical variables associated with L and C? You know, when you define inductance, you say that the current through the inductor cannot change instantaneously, isn't it? So the current through the inductor, which if I call as ILT, current through the inductor, ILT is the dynamic variable associated with L. So if you have to obtain the state space model of a physical system, you have to first of all identify the energy storage elements in that. And then you have to see what are the dynamical variables associated with those energy storage elements. Like in this case with L, the dynamic variable associated with L is the current through this. I name it as ILT. Okay? And what is the dynamical variable associated with this capacitor?
Voltage.
Voltage.
Of the capacitor. We say that the voltage across the capacitor cannot change instantaneously. So voltage across the capacitor. That is actually, if I call this as, that's actually V naught T, but I may in general call it as VCT, which is in this case is actually equal to V naught T, isn't it? So voltage across the capacitor, if I call it as VCT, it is the dynamic variable associated with C. Associated with C. So when you have to obtain a state space model for a physical system, you have to first of all identify the energy storage elements, and then you have to identify the dynamic variables associated with those energy storage elements. These dynamic variables which are associated with the energy storage elements are known as the state variables, are known as the states of the dynamical system. Okay? The dynamic variables associated with the energy storage elements in a physical system are known as state variables, or are known as states of the system, states of the dynamical system. Do you get me? So for this system, what are the two states? There are two states in the system. What are the two states in the system? One is the current through the inductor, and one is the voltage across the capacitor. So for this system, for this circuit, states are ILT and VCT. Do you get me?
Yes,
Are
sir.
you able to follow me? Yes, anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
कम से कम कोई तो रिस्पॉन्ड किया करो ना, पता चलेगा ना फिर समझ आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा. ओके,
जी सर.
तो इसका स्टेट वेरिएबल मॉडल डेवलप करने के लिए आई पुट दिस ILT equal to x1 and VCT equal to x2. जनरली स्टेट्स को रिप्रेजेंट किया जाता है इन्हीं न्यूमरल्स से x1, x2 and so on. It's a general thing that's used for representing states. Is that clear? Now
Yes,
I have
sir.
to obtain the equations for these states by using the simple same procedure है कि जो आपको गवर्निंग लॉज ऑफ सिस्टम्स के उनको यूज करके मुझे इन स्टेट्स के इक्वेशंस चाहिए. तो अगर मैं इस सिस्टम में जो मेरा ये RLC सर्किट है, अगर इसमें KVL अप्लाई करूं तो KVL की इक्वेशन क्या बनेगी इसकी? I have the system like this. You have the capacitor here. ये आपका VIT है, ये आपका R है, ये आपका L है, ये आपका C है. इसके थ्रू जो करंट है ILT उसको मैंने डिजिग्नेट किया x1 से, है ना, और इसके अक्रॉस जो वोल्टेज है उसको मैंने रिप्रेजेंट किया x2 से, कैपेसिटर के अक्रॉस जो वोल्टेज. तो अगर मैं इस लूप में KVL अप्लाई करूं, एक्चुअली द करंट थ्रू द इंडक्टर इज द सेम एज द करंट इन दिस लूप. So what will I get the equation as? I'll get the equation as VIT is equal to R x1. Then I've got L di by dt. है ना?
Yes.
That's L x1 dot plus
DC.
वो x2 से रिप्रेजेंट किया ना मैंने,
Yes, sir.
voltage across the capacitor. So I'll get the equation like this. L x1 dot
X2 by C सर शायद C भी है.
हाँ, yes, 1 upon C x2, है ना? So I've got L x1 dot is equal to,
Sir, hello.
yes,
So
Sir,
1 upon C नहीं आएगा.
सर सी नहीं
Yes, sir.
आएगा.
Yes, sir.
C multiplies by C multiplying.
C मल्टीप्लाई भी नहीं होगा सर. एक्सेल से उसके
voltage है ना?
दिया ना.
X2 is the voltage. No?
So करंट आएगी तो वोल्टेज सीधे x2 आएगी.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
This
Yes, sir, yes,
voltage
sir.
is equal to Rx1 plus L dx1 by dt. That's L di by dt is the voltage across the inductor, and this voltage is simply x2, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So I've got L x1 dot equal to minus Rx1 minus x2 plus VIT. Or I can write x1 dot equal to minus R by L x1 minus 1 by L x2 plus 1 by L VIT. तो जो मैंने वहां पर लिखा कि इसके थ्रू जो करंट है वो x1 है, इसके अक्रॉस जो वोल्टेज है वो x2 है, मैं इनपुट को भी एक जनरल टर्म से रिप्रेजेंट करता हूं, which I call as U. I call this VIT as U to make the model in standard form. So I get x1 dot equal to minus R by L x1 minus 1 by L x2 plus 1 upon L U. This is equation number 1. Okay. तो जो मैंने एक स्टेट वेरिएबल दिया था x1, उसकी इक्वेशन मेरे पास आई, उसकी डायनामिकल इक्वेशन मेरे पास आ गई। अब नाउ आई गॉट द सेकंड इक्वेशन बिकॉज आई हैव गॉट द सेकंड वेरिएबल एज x2. x2 के लिए भी मेरे को इक्वेशन चाहिए, isn't it? x2 के लिए भी मेरे को डायनामिकल इक्वेशन चाहिए। तो कैपेसिटर की जो बेसिक इक्वेशन होती है, व्हाट इज द करंट थ्रू द कैपेसिटर इक्वल टू
Sir, I is equal to C dV by dt.
current through the capacitor, जो कि इसमें सेम है क्योंकि सीरीज सर्किट है, वो x1 ही है ना। That is actually C dV by dt. That is
Yes,
C
sir.
dx2 by dt. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Or I can write x1 equal to C x2 dot. Or I can write x2 dot is equal to 1 upon C x1. Do you get me?
Yes, sir.
This becomes your equation number. ये दूसरा वेरिएबल मेरा स्टेट वेरिएबल कौन सा था, x2. ये उसकी डायनामिकल इक्वेशन आ गई, ये उसकी डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन आ गई, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So I have two equations. One for x1 dot, another
Sir.
for x2 dot.
Sir, can you please repeat this procedure?
I'll repeat. Where from shall I repeat?
Sir, for equation 2 only. For only equation.
Equation 2 में मेरा जो सेकंड डायनामिकल वेरिएबल है वो x2 है ना।
हाँ
जो
सर।
मैंने दो स्टेट्स डिफाइन किए x1 और x2, x1 की इक्वेशन तो मेरे पास आ गई x1 डॉट की, मुझे x2 डॉट की भी इक्वेशन चाहिए। As you already know, what is the current through the capacitor equal to? Is equal to C dV by dt.
C dV by dt, yes.
सेम इक्वेशन मैंने यहाँ पे यूज किया। इस कैपेसिटर की थ्रू करंट क्या फ्लो कर रही है, x1 ही फ्लो कर रही है, इज इक्वल टू C dV by dt. So d by dt, or what is the voltage across the capacitor? x2. So x1 is equal to C dx2 by dt.
Okay.
So x1 is equal to C dx2 by dt. I can write as x2 dot.
Oh, x2 dot. हाँ.
So x2 dot is 1 upon C x1.
Oh.
Is that okay?
Yes.
तो ये दो स्टेट इक्वेशंस मेरे पास, दो डायनामिकल इक्वेशंस आ गई फॉर द टू स्टेट्स. नाउ आई राइट एज इन द प्रीवियस केस, आई राइट डाउन दीस टू इक्वेशंस इन मैट्रिक्स फॉर्मेट. आई गेट व्हाट इज नोन एज द स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल और स्टेट इक्वेशंस फॉर द सिस्टम. तो अगर मैं इन दो इक्वेशंस को मैट्रिक्स फॉर्मेट में लिखूं तो कैसे आएंगी इक्वेशंस? x1 डॉट x2 डॉट इज इक्वल टू So I've got something like this, x1 dot, x2 dot. So here I have x1, x2. Help me in writing the equations. x1 dot is minus r upon l x1. Isn't it?
minus 1 by L, minus 1 by L.
Minus 1 by l x2. And then
One-
I'll plus
one by
1
C.
upon l u. That will be here. 1 upon l. U. Is that clear? And what is x2 dot? It's 1 upon C x1. So 1 upon C here.
0.
There is a
0.
Here also it is 0.
0.
समझ गया? So ये सिस्टम का स्टेट मॉडल है. स्टेट्स यही है ना, x1 और x2. यही मैंने डिफाइन किया था ना स्टेट्स.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
what idea do we have now? What do we mean by states of a system? They are the dynamical variables associated with the various energy storage elements in a system. Is that clear? So this model basically is known as the state space model. अच्छा इसमें output भी दिया था जो original model ये मैंने बनाया था आपका circuit. What was the output variable?
X2.
Output variable was the voltage across the capacitor, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Output. I represent it as Y. That's equal to voltage across the capacitor, which is actually X,
X2.
isn't it? This becomes my output equation. I write this equation also in matrix format. So what do I get this equation as? I get this equation like this. Y is equal to 0, 1, X1 and X2. Can I write it like this?
Yes, sir.
V is basically X2. So I'm trying to relate it with this, both these states. It has no relation with X1. So I get equation like this. Y is equal to 0, 1, X1, X2. This equation becomes my output equation. And this equation that I have written here, this is actually known as the state equation. Do you get me?
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, so in a state space model, we have X1 and X2 as independent variables always.
X1 and X2
X1
are,
and X2, independent variables.
the state variables must be linearly independent. Yes, we'll come to it later on.
Yes, sir. Yes.
They have to be linearly independent. If you don't take them as linearly independent variables, that means the model actually that we have that has some redundant information. अगर मान लीजिए मैंने कुछ ऐसा मॉडल लिया जिसमें कि X1 और X2 इंडिपेंडेंट नहीं हो, तो मींस X1 की सारी इंफॉर्मेशन X2 में है या X2 की सारी इंफॉर्मेशन X1 में है, तो मैं एक वेरिएबल से भी काम चला सकता था.
Yes, सर, तो हमें मतलब ये सर तो हमें स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल में हमेशा X1 और X2 को मतलब इक्वेशन जो होगा वो X1 और X2 को इंडिपेंडेंट फॉर्म में दिखाना पड़ेगा कि ये इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल है और X1 डॉट और X2 डॉट जो है सो डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल रहेगा.
X1 डॉट और X2 डॉट जो है ना, ये
Dependent
बेसिकली आपका
variable.
जो मॉडल जो बनता है ना, दिस इज अ कपल्ड मॉडल. ये X1 डॉट और X2 डॉट जो है, ये X1 और X2 की डायनामिक्स को डिफाइन करते हैं. वेरिएबल्स
Yes.
बेसिकली यही है, X1 और X2. X1 डॉट और X2 डॉट इसकी डायनामिक्स को डिफाइन करते हैं इन दो वेरिएबल्स की. सो इन जनरल यू मे हैव n वेरिएबल्स इन अ सिस्टम. यहाँ पे तो दो हैं, लेकिन अगर आपकी
Yes.
ओरिजिनल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन का ऑर्डर n होता, लेट्स से, what is the order of the model that you would get here? What is the number of equations
N.
that you would get here?
N.
Those will be
N,
n
N
equations. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
ये जो
sir.
properties and state variables की, I will come to that. I am just trying to give you an idea about what a state space model looks like. So in general, any LTI system you should be able to express in this form. Are
Yes,
you getting me?
yes, sir. Got it.
तो स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल जो आपका होता है, इसके दो पार्ट्स होते हैं. एक तो स्टेट इक्वेशन होती है और आउटपुट इक्वेशन होती है. स्टेट इक्वेशन जो होती है इट्स अ डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन मॉडल, और आपका जो आउटपुट इक्वेशन है ये नॉर्मल अलजेब्राइक इक्वेशन होती है, लाइक y = x2. आर यू गेटिंग मी?
Yes, sir.
तो स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल जो है इसके दो कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं. स्टेट स्पेस भी क्यों कहते हैं इसको, दिस विल आल्सो बिकम क्लियर इन द कमिंग लेक्चर. सो स्टेट स्पेस मॉडल के दो कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं. एक तो स्टेट इक्वेशन होती है, and state equation is actually coupled ordinary differential equations. You have got a set of ordinary differential equations written compactly in matrix format. And these are actually differential equations. State equations are differential equations. And you have got output equation, which is actually an algebraic equation. Are you getting me? So if you have to solve this system, what you have to do actually, in order to solve this set of equations, you must have the initial conditions also. Once you substitute those use those initial conditions, and you have the specific form of input, you'll be able to solve this set of equations. Once you solve this set of equations, what will be the solution? इन equations का solution क्या होगा? जब आप इस
Linear equation, sir. Linear equation.
when you will solve this set of equations, you will get the solution in the form of x1t and x2t, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
जब किसी डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन को सॉल्व करते हैं और तो डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन में जो वेरिएबल होता है उसी का सॉल्यूशन मिलता है ना.
Yes, sir.
So once you solve this set of equations, you'll get x12 and x2p. And when you substitute this x1, x2 in this equation, you'll get the output. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So this is how you solve a set of state space equation. We'll come to these things in detail. I just wanted to give you an idea about what does the state space model look like and how do we actually get state space models for physical systems. The terminology I have not discussed so far in detail. I'll get into the details of the terminology in the next class. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
The class.
Yes, sir.
तो अभी किसी को कोई डाउट हो तो मुझे पूछे अभी. जो मैंने लास्ट टाइम आपको कहा कि यस हाँ जी
सर जो आपने ये लेक्चर किया इसका नोट्स
ये हमने रिकॉर्ड किया हुआ है. हम आपको ये रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर दे देंगे. लेकिन मैं आपसे सजेस्ट ये करूंगा कि आप साथ-साथ ये करो.
अच्छा नोट साथ साथ लिखना पड़ेगा सर.
हाँ लिखना साथ-साथ. दैट विल बी बेटर.
जी सर ठीक है नेक्स्ट टाइम
And I don't think such that you can just take a lecture.
ठीक
Isn't it? बाद में हम आपको कुछ ट्यूटोरियल्स भी दे देंगे और उसमें we will arrange some tutorial lectures also for you so that it becomes easy for you to grasp the lecture in a proper way. Is that clear?
Yes.
मेरा जो लास्ट टाइम का प्रपोजल था कि मैं स्टूडेंट्स को कह रहा था कि डिपार्टमेंट आ जाओ, that still stands. So I am trying to explore how we can do that. Don't think that I have forgot that. तो मैं एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. मैं और 2-3 फैकल्टी जो है उनके साथ बात कर रहा हूँ. We'll try to arrange your timetable in such a way that you have to come only for 2 days in a week at least to the institute, and we'll have the lectures for those subjects wherein we want to have physical interaction for those 2 days only. और लैब्स में भी कोशिश करेंगे कि जो लैब्स हो पाए उसके लिए भी मुझे स्टूडेंट्स फिजिकली मिले लैब्स में कुछ स्टूडेंट्स so that we can have the physical what you call demonstration of the experiments, and then we can give the recorded this or live streaming करेंगे इन experiments की, वो हम आपको भी दिखा देंगे. Is that clear?
सर हम भी चाहते हैं सर हम लैब्स दे दे फिजिकल. सर हम चाहते हैं कि हम लैब्स फिजिकली दे दे, लेकिन हॉस्टल फैसिलिटी अगर हो जाती तो हम
फैसिलिटी का वो है ना, वो देखो वो that's not the decision that I can take. That's the decision that's to be taken at the institute level. आप लोगों की जो representations आई हैं already forwarded them to the director. So I have a meeting with him today. I'll discuss with him. We'll see what best can be done. लेकिन जो इस प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन में जो बेस्ट हो सकता है, आई वुड लाइक यू टू जस्ट डू दैट. जो लड़के आ सकते हैं जिनको हॉस्टल की रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है, they can come and we can have the lecture, some of the lectures in physical mode and also the labs we can do in physical. Is that clear?
यस सर, बट एटलीस्ट सर लैब्स तो फिजिकल होनी चाहिए.
मैं भी वही कह रहा हूँ ना, मैं भी वही कह रहा हूँ आपसे. एटलीस्ट नहीं मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, मैं लेक्चर्स की बात भी कर रहा हूँ, लैब्स की बात भी कर रहा हूँ. तो वी विल ट्राई आवर बेस्ट टू, क्योंकि बाकी जो हॉस्टल्स फैसिलिटी है वो तो हमारे हाथ में है नहीं. उसमें तो स्टेट लेवल पे इनको डिसीजन लेना है कि इंस्टीट्यूट खोलना है कि नहीं खोलना है. तो वो डायरेक्टर से हम बात करेंगे. If he agrees, then we can just devise some strategy so that the students can be called to the institute. लेकिन वो जो मसला है वो थोड़ा is a difficult thing. It's not that simple. But at least students from the Srinagar district who can come at least for 2 days in a week, they should take the initiative and come to the institute and just have the lectures in physical mode. Is that clear?
Okay, sir.
I guess your second lecture is going to start, so you can just leave the class and just go for your. अभी कौन सी क्लास है इसके बाद आपकी?
सर मैथमेटिक्स की वो है नहीं आज.
मैथमेटिक्स क्यों नहीं है?
सर ने मैसेज किया कि
तो सीआर है क्या क्लास में?
यस सर.
So at the end of the day, every day you should give me the detail of which classes were engaged that for that particular day. Is that clear? Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
तो मुझे हर रोज आपसे रिपोर्ट चाहिए कि कौन कौन सी क्लास हुई है. Okay. Thank you for today. You can leave the class.
Thank you.
Also go to class.
Sir, thank you.
अभी क्या क्लास लिया? अभी नहीं मेरे पास पीरियड था ना. अभी ले लिया.
हाँ. मैं वही सोच रहा था कि मैं कल माइंड में था जो इन्होंने लगाया था ना शॉर्ट फिल्म में. मैं सोच रहा था
अगर इसके बगैर भी हो जाएगा.
ये कौन सा ये
वो वाला जो है
वो वाला है, इसमें काम हो रहा है.
आराम से.
मैं इसी में करूँगा.
नहीं 705 से नहीं सॉरी बेशी गॉट मीटिंग है
ट्राई कर लेते हैं।
इट्स क्वाइट
मतलब ये जैसे वीडियो होगा,
मैं लाइव
नहीं इसमें लाइव जैसे ये आप कर रहे हैं डायरेक्ट, ये स्क्रीन हम नहीं शेयर कर सकते हैं जैसे गूगल।
वही हो रहा है ना
इस कैमरा के थ्रू, ये तो कैमरा के थ्रू कर रहा है ना। मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि जैसे हम लोग शेयर स्क्रीन करते हैं।
सर वो ये शेयर हो जाएगा, ये वाला मॉनिटर, और फिर वो टाइप करेंगे।
हाँ वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ। हाँ
जब लिखे हैं ना,
हाँ
उस पे डिस्प्ले नहीं हो रहा है, फिर स्क्रीन पे।
सर ऐसे भी क्लियर आ रहे हैं और वो टीचर का भी थोड़ा सा इंटरेक्शन रहता है, ऐसे ज्यादा बेहतर रहता है शेयर स्क्रीन करने से।
अच्छा,
शेयर स्क्रीन करने से यही बेटर है, वही कह रहे हैं ना,
डायरेक्ट वीडियो
इट्स बेटर।
तो मेरा भी यही ये वाला
आप भी कर लो, मैं है यहाँ पे तो कर लेते हैं।
ये रह गई है।
उधर भी है, तो मैंने कल ही इनको बोला था कि आप थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लोर करो, दानिश को भी आपको।
और मैं रिकॉर्ड भी कर रहा हूँ।
नहीं सही है, मतलब भी मैंने आज क्लास के तो इन्होंने बोला कि सर रिकॉर्डिंग भी हमें दे दीजिए क्योंकि कुछ लोग का नेटवर्क इश्यूज भी रहता है।
नहीं रिकॉर्डिंग हम दे देंगे, तो कैन टेल देम टू लीव द क्लास।
ओके कैन लीव।
ये आप तो 6 मार्क्स इनिशिएटिव है, सब कुछ है।
हाँ सर।